Hello world, it is Friday, July 17th, and beautiful sunny day in Defiance. Humidity's down a little bit, but it's supposed to be scorchingly hot again the next few days. So if you go out, be careful out there and make sure you drink lots of water. That water is critical for maintaining health, especially these days. The devotional for today is Living by the Word, and it's written by Mary Ludy. And Mary bases her devotional upon Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1 from the New Revised Standard Version. Now faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. And Mary writes, Boston, early May. It was struggling to reach 45 degrees. The sun was pale, the buds on the dogwoods unconvincing, the wind cold and sharp off the water. It was spring by the calendar, but a winter jacket wouldn't have been out of place, hardly weather for trees and shorts. Yet 2 young men were ambling down the sidewalk ahead of me, dressed precisely in tees and shorts. They'd arisen that morning and donned attire appropriate for a beach day, on purpose, despite shivering evidence to the contrary. They looked a bit ridiculous, but for some reason they decided to live by the calendar, not the conditions, to conduct themselves according to things unseen, to make a profession of faith. Watching them stroll along so lightly attired, I felt unaccountably glad. Jesus' first disciples claimed after his death to have seen the Lord. We who came later have not, but we believe all the same. We arise every morning sure that it's spring, no matter the season. We go out in the nastiest of weather, wearing only alleluias, conducting ourselves by the word, not the conditions. Ever since faith graced us, it's been our mission to look a bit ridiculous, to trust in things unfelt and live by things unseen, to don hopes, inappropriate attire in a world hunkered down in a stubborn frost. To know and declare, despite evidence to the contrary, that every unconvincing bud encloses paradise. And Mary's prayer. Christ of good hope, increased our trust in things hoped for, our faith in things unseen. May we always be a bit ridiculous like you, O spring of the world's winter, O warmth of its frozen dreams. Amen. Yeah, Mary's devotional to me brings up, again, a lot of things. I often see a lot of things in these devotionals. And I remember seeing people doing that, wearing shorts and t-shirts in relatively cool weather, but I myself as a runner find that in the springtime, 45, 50 degrees feels pretty warm after it's been much colder than that. In the fall, it's a different story. And sometimes I think people are just hopeful in the spring. They want things to change. And maybe that is part of a life of faith too, is although we haven't seen Jesus, we want things to change. We want things to get better. The other thing that struck me about this devotional was thinking about wearing masks. The virus is something that is unseen, and yet I really don't want people, myself included, going out, thumbing their noses at it and living in what they might consider hope by not wearing a mask, and then not wearing a mask. Sometimes science is important to pay attention to. I would say most of the time it's important to pay attention to. And to have faith that God gave the scientists the brains that they use to help us live a better life. So there's a balance there. Anyway, as usual, there's a lot to think about in this devotional, so go through it again. See what your thoughts are. And I think today's probably a good day to wear shorts and a t-shirt, because with temperatures approaching 90, it's going to be a hot one. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.